This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture, until the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, and in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? First and foremost, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakwadash, double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we found that number to be delivered. Right? So, it's no mystery. We're creeping closer and closer to the full implementation of the MOTB. All right? While you people are fooling around, making mockery, making jokes, having a good time with yourselves, the Lord is making moves. Okay? The time is going to come where you people are going to wake up and not have access to shit. No groceries, no gas, no medical, no entertainment. All right? All this is going to come to a halt. And then and only then, you're going to realize that this was what the book of Revelation chapter 13 was talking about. Okay? So be ready. Be ready. You've been warned. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you people have been warned. All right? Let's go here.
A book one. Trying to do what now? I mean, I read this in a book once and it didn't turn out too well. Check this out.
Now, let me just put it blatantly to you. The program targets the birth of new babies. So once you have your baby, before your baby leaves the hospital, you no longer get a paper birth certificate, but then you get a digital one that is somehow implanted somewhere on somebody's body. Think about that. But have a listen to this.
The digital ID, which has been a big problem to us for a very long time, is now on a testing mode for the next 2 months. I have been assured by all the stakeholders, led by the ministries concerned, that by December we will be able to launch digital ID, where every Kenyan don't have to carry any paper, plastic or otherwise as an ID. They should be able to be identified digitally.
We're taking things that are...
All right? So you better be ready. It's going to start sweeping across the world. And this is why when the Lord spoke about these things were going to hit everybody. Not just a certain few, not just the Israelites. All right? It's going to hit everybody. Revelations 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right? So again, it's going to try all them that dwell upon the earth. All right? There's no escaping this thing. We prophesy about it. We've been speaking about it. And now that it's coming down the pipe, you heard that Hamite? With a smile, he was happy to deliver that message. Happy. With the Hamite smile. The lady said it's going to start targeting babies, right? The infants. Pretty soon, what's going to end up rolling out here in America, Babylon the Great, you're going to have children, and they're going to tell you that child's not leaving this hospital until you get this thing stuck in them. It's going to get real. And then what's probably going to happen is they're going to tell you too, oh, by the way, if you want to take that child out of here, you and the child got to get it. All right? So I started this lesson off with Revelation 14 and 9 and on down, right? Because now it's all about those who receive this thing. Because we know it's going to be rolled out. The scriptures tell you that in Revelation 13. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, right? So now it's about who's going to receive it. And this is why we have to read the conclusion or the judgment for receiving that thing. Okay? Verse 10 again, 14 and 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That right there in itself is letting you know. You want to mess around and find out? But even still, you have been slated. If the Lord has slated you to receive it, then that's that. That's the end of it. You know, you still got people saying, well, what if I get it? What if I get it and I go in for surgery and they put it in my hand or my body without me knowing? Well, too bad for you, man. That's the lot the Lord has put you in. Okay? So the Lord don't make mistakes. The Lord does not make mistakes. But this is why he said about the hopeful elect, going back to Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right? He's not talking to everybody on the planet Earth. He's talking about the hopeful elect. He's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Now, many years ago, back 2010, it may have been, you know, from the head apostles on down, brothers did lessons on the hour of temptation. Right? And I'm sure a good bulk of those videos are still up online. But again, nobody took it serious. Nobody was interested. Nobody really cared about it, to the point where they was telling us, you know, that's not what the hour of temptation is. Well, it's telling you right here. It says, which shall come upon all the world. And this is why things like this are written for our learning. All right? Let's jump down to it. Revelation 13 and 16. And it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So no matter which way you look at it, if you go to Revelation 13 or you go to Revelation 3, it's talking about what? Everybody's going to be involved in this thing. The whole world's going to be involved. Right? But the hope for the elect is going to be kept in reserve from receiving that mark, from receiving that judgment. Which it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So even though all the world that it's going to come upon, rich and poor, free and bond, these are the people that are going to receive it. So what's the ramifications if you don't receive it, right? What would be the ramifications? You're not going to have access to the stores. You're not going to have access probably to your loved ones. You probably won't be able to go get that medical treatment. You definitely ain't going to have no access to food. You ain't going to be able to buy shit. You may have a car. You may have, you know, something planned, a wedding planned, or what have you. You ain't going to have access to that, to those funds. Okay? So that could be a ramification for those who are outside of the circle, for those who are outside of the sanctuary. But unto us, right? But unto us, the Lord said what? He's going to preserve us and we're going to be fed during that time. we're going to be taken care of by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai during that time. Why? Because we have kept the patience of the Lord. We have kept that patience. We have spoken the truth. We have brought it out. We've remained faithful in what the Lord said through the scriptures, through the prophets. We have remained fully faithful, man. Now, all these other groups and all these other people out there who are saying, you know, it's whatever they're saying it is, and we've been down this road many and many a times. All right, they're not going to have a shield and buckler of protection from the Lord. All right. So be it as it may, continue to call on Yahweh, continue to call on the Most High in Christ, continue to call on Jesus Christ or Elohim or whomever. Continue to call on them, because the true power and protection is going to come through Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. That's where that protection is going to come from. So be ready, man. Be ready. You've been warned. You've been thoroughly and truly warned. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So though the hour of temptation is going to come rolling out, though these famines and pestilences, all these things are going to be, you know, coming down, the Lord is going to do what for his hope for the elect? Save us out of this, protect us from all this shit that's going to be going down. Okay? The time of Jacob's trouble that's coming, he shall be saved out of it. The MOTB that's coming, the Lord said, I will keep thee, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So now we're talking about total protection through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because ultimately that's what you should be praying for. That the Lord protect you while you're, making supplication to the Lord, while you're praying without ceasing. These are some of the things that you pray to the Lord about, to have that hedge about you, that you be protected when all these ills start coming down the pipe, man. So they're going to start over there in Africa somewhere, over in Kenya. They're going to hit them Hamites. And them Hamites are going to be pleasantly pleased to go right along with it. As my man said, he's been assured by the shareholders. And that just goes to show you the top elites of the world that the Lord is working through, setting them up, giving them the power to put shit in play. They told them Hamites over there, don't worry, everything's going to be all right. Shit, they may even start playing that song from. Every little thing is going to be all right. Okay? But if you watch the video and watch my man Ham and look at the
now genetically modified.
Joy, look at the joy. Look at the smile. The Hamite smile.
Somewhere on somebody's body. Think about that. But have a listen to this.
The digital ID, which has been a big problem to us for a very long time, is now on a testing mode for the next 2 months. I have been assured by all the stakeholders.
He's been assured by all the stakeholders. All right? So again, don't be surprised and don't be dismayed when it's over here in Babylon the Great. All right? And don't sit there and say you was never warned or nobody ever told you, or that's not what it's talking about. Men like to say that shit, man. That's not what that's talking about. Well, what the hell is it talking about then? This thing is about to pop off, man. And Lord knows, man, the hope for the elect, we're going to continue to pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that we have that protection. As it is written, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Why is it made mention that his servants are going to eat? Because there's going to come a time when there's going to be no food for anybody to eat, for all those who rebel against this beast system. All right? You're going to have a lot of people. I believe a lot of people is going to be like, nah, I ain't getting that in my hand. But what's going to be the conclusion, though? What's going to be your resolve? You're going to go off the grid, as they say? You're going to plant your own crops? What are you going to do? You're going to come to a point, a crossroads in your life where you're going to have to accept it. You're going to have to accept that you're going to receive that thing so you can eat, so your children can eat. All these individuals who are outside of the sanctuary of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to have to just accept it. And that goes for a lot of you Israelites who profess to be in the truth, who profess to know the truth, who profess themselves to be prophets, but speak against what we have been teaching from the head apostles on down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai about this MOTB. You speak against it, you are going to receive it. The Lord's going to give it to you. All right? And you people are so caught up and saturated with the ways of this world, you're going to be more than happy to take it because you want to keep your status quo. All right? So with that, I'm going to end it there. Quick one. But be ready because they're going to start rolling it out. And once they start it, it's not going to stop. And for all you Israelites out here in Babylon the Great who think that, none of these things are going to take place, you're going to go to these hospitals, and these hospitals ain't going to let you out that motherfucker until they stick you. You and the kids. So be mindful. You was warned. I'm going to say shalom.